Hello and welcome back to the Stick Libraries podcast. For today's episode, I had the pleasure of speaking with Tyla Gervais, a student ambassador at STCC, and we talked about the student ambassador program, what it is exactly, and why she decided to join. Here's some information about the program from the Stick website. The Student Ambassador Program provides STCC students interested in developing leadership and communication skills with the opportunity to serve as role models, advocates, and peer advisors to fellow students. Ambassadors educate students about the many resources available on campus and encourage involvement and engagement in campus life. Ambassadors work closely with college offices and campus initiatives, including student activities and development and college-wide events and programs. Student ambassadors are encouraged to apply if you want to be part of the program. You're encouraged to apply in the spring or summer for the following year. So if you're a current student listening to this and you think this sounds interesting, now would be a great time to apply. I will link to more information about the Student Ambassador Program in the description box below this episode. Now here is my conversation with Tyla. Would you mind explaining for people who maybe don't know what the Student Ambassador Program is?
Yes, so as a student ambassador, we of course were a voice for the student body. We volunteer and attend events where they need student representation. And, we try our best to make, connections with students and get them plugged in with events that are going on, like on campus or Zoom lately because of the pandemic. And yeah.
Cool. So what made you decide to join the Student Ambassador Program?
So I decided to join the program because I wanted to be a part of something. I was already taking classes online and everything felt pretty isolating. So I wanted to be more connected and as well as just wanting to challenge myself and do things outside of my comfort zone.
That sounds like a really good reason. So I'm wondering, it sounds like it has been good for you so far, but I wonder if you could talk about like what it's been like for you so far to be part of the program and contribute to it.
Yeah. So the program has like allowed me to come out of my shell more, like having to approach students, see about a flyer or to do something like it's not like an easy thing for me. Even having to create my like own event during a certain semester and like in that type of responsibility, it was hard at first, but it gives me the valuable skills that I need. So it definitely like helped me grow as a leader.
Cool. So you are the first student to actually come on the podcast. I'm really excited about that. And so I just have a couple of like general being a student at STCC questions. So first of all, what drew you to come to Stick?
So all of my siblings actually went to Stick. And so like I kind of figured I would attend as well. Like I had plans to go to a 4 year, but I also wasn't sure what I wanted to do after high school. So I didn't want to invest like too much money going to a university. But even like when I was researching Stick, like they have like a wide range of programs, and I like that.
That is very smart. As someone who didn't really know what I planned to do and just went to college, that cost a lot of money and was not the best idea. So I think you made a really, really smart choice. So it sounds like maybe you're still trying to think about it, but are you on a particular track right now, or do you have an idea of what you hope to do maybe after you graduate?
So right now I study psychology. After I graduate, I plan to transfer to a 4 year. I'm not really sure which one yet, but I do hope to like after like getting a bachelor's to get a master's in psych. I want to become a therapist, but I don't know. There's a lot you can do with a degree in psychology, so I just haven't decided yet.
Yeah, psychology is, I think, both like really interesting and very practical. There's definitely a lot of things that you can do, so it's kind of and good to learn about as a person and good to that's great. And as a student, again, because I haven't gotten a chance to speak to students on here yet, I'm just wondering if you have any advice for, maybe a prospective student on anything that you've learned being here, or anything that you think that a prospective student would want to know about how to make the most of their time while they're here.
Yeah, so a piece of advice I would give is just to keep an open mind. There are a lot of options you can take in life, and there are like a lot of college routes that you can take. And a lot of people, they don't want to go to a community college because, like, there's like the stigma around community
Mm-hmm.
college, but it's a really smart idea and you can save a lot of money. And I'd also say, like, don't be afraid to try new things. We tend to have our mind stuck on like one route, like one job that you want, or a career, but just to always keep an open mind, because you never know what will, surprise you, or an idea that you have. And also at Stick, to just talk to your professors and advisors about what you're thinking or what career path you're thinking, because having a different perspective is really helpful.
That all makes a lot of sense. It's like you said, coming here allows you to kind of keep your options open and not get locked down in one thing. So it's a good idea to like try out learning about different things. And I know I think it's like a really kind of cliche piece of advice to join a group or get involved. But I think it's like a cliche for a reason, because it really is worthwhile. And, you know, outside of college, there's not a lot of opportunities to be part of like a club or a group and a lot of
Right.
my good college memories are mostly out of like
Yeah.
meeting people. And like you said, like, people want to be able to connect with other people. And I know it's really hard right now. And like some classes are still online, or lots of them are still online, and it's tough, but getting involved in some way to make connections here is probably the best thing that you can do.
Definitely.
Yeah. So my next question is kind of a two-part question.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to answer both parts if you don't want to. I was wondering, as a student, if there's anything that you kind of wish maybe professors knew about the student experience, or alternatively, if there's been anything that a professor or professors like have done that's been particularly helpful for you.
Okay, I think I can answer both. So for the first one, being online for my whole sick experience, actually, I just wanted to thank them for like the flexibility. They're very understanding and accessible. Like, and because I was really nervous about how online would be, but they put their best foot forward, so I was pretty satisfied. And anything like specific, I would say just just being able to like certain like office hours kind of, but like the virtually for Zoom, and having their phone numbers accessible depending on the professor, of course. So I would say that.
That makes a lot of sense to me, having office hours of some kind and offering. I know that I've heard people say, it's helpful to have, like you said, like maybe a phone call or a Zoom call, or just, whatever preferred method of communication, so that
Right.
people don't feel totally disconnected. I know it's weird. We have a basic research class called Research 100 that I've taught a few semesters, and it's always been online even before the pandemic. And it's very weird
Okay.
to like teach a whole class and never meet really any of my students, or see their faces, or hear their voices, or like connect in a synchronous way, because it's totally asynchronous.
Right.
And just, yeah, it's kind of weird. So maybe I'll think about adding that next time I teach it, as a way to like, yeah, I don't know, make people not feel so disconnected as well. Is there anything that the student ambassador program is like working on at the moment that you wanted to share, or anything like coming up, or anything more to say about the program?
Well, because finals are
Mhm.
next week, in the student activities office, they're actually gonna have like snacks for students who are doing finals. It's pretty cute. We're gonna have like notes up on the board or the wall that are for pieces of encouragement. So you can stop by there and grab whatever you need, or yes.
Oh, great. Cool.
Yeah.
I can direct people to that in the library as well. I know it's a stressful time. And thank you for meeting with me during this stressful time.
Oh, of course, I don't mind.
I hope students had a not too stressful finals week and end of the semester, and I hope our faculty are having a smooth end of the semester as well. I wish everyone a great summer, and congratulations to all of our graduates. And I'm still going to be putting out episodes over the summer, so stay tuned.